What's up, NFL fans? I'm Emery Hunt, the czar of the playbook, and don't forget to check out and purchase your copy of our latest football game plan book, Stiff Arming Football Myths. We have these available in both PDF and paperback form.
For the Bengals in this ball game, they have to be able to make the easy plays defensively. Drew Brees will give you at least 2 opportunities to make a play on the ball. You have to convert those and then turn them into points on your offense. Now, on the offensive side, playing ISO ball on the outside versus the Saints secondary, I think plays into the advantage or plays into the hands of what the Cincinnati Bengals do well. They can spread the field, they can also go condensed, and they could generate one-on-one matchups, and I think they can win those one-on-one matchups versus a weakened secondary in New Orleans. And you have to know what Jimmy Graham is at all times, not because he's a very talented receiver. You have to understand that's the focal point of their passing game, but also in the running game. Wherever he's lined up, they're going to run opposite of where Jimmy Graham is aligned, so keep an eye on him, know where he is on the field at all times. For the Saints in this ball game, you want to force Andy Dalton to beat the blitz. He's a guy that tends to hold the football just a little bit too long. You want to force quick decisions, get him to get rid of that football quickly, rally up, make the tackle, and get off the field. And offensively, I would shrink the ball game. The Bengals right now are having problems stopping the run, which means if I'm the coach, Mark Ingram would carry the football 25 to 30 times this ball game to try to force Cincinnati, when they get the ball back, to maximize their own possessions. And those coverage units, kickoff and punt coverage units, they have to excel going against one of the best returners in the game in Adam Jones. Andy Dalton can't continue to force the football to A.J. Green. This is a great concept here by Hugh Jackson, sending the running back in the flat to occupy the flat defender, and has 2 clear out routes on the outside with dual crossers on the inside. It's a great way to expand the defense, and Dalton tried to get Green the football when in all actuality the ball should have went to Jermaine Gresham on the over route. Now from the end zone cam, you can see that he's well protected in the pocket with more than enough time to see Gresham clearing, but he chose to force the football underneath to the crosser to Green, which ended up as an incomplete pass. And I would expect New Orleans to try and bracket Green and force Dalton to go elsewhere with the football, so it's imperative this week that he continues to spread the wealth and throw it to the open guy. And this was a significant play in the game because the following play was an interception, which led to points for Cleveland and started the downhill slide for Cincinnati in this ball game. The Saints have to have a more consistent effort in stopping the run. Last week versus San Francisco, they were inconsistent all game long versus the power game. You see right here, the Niners will combo the 3-tech, pull the guard around, which puts outside linebacker Junior Galette in a situation where he has to set the edge and squeeze that C-gap. He doesn't attack the hole, and it expands, and the linebackers can't make the play. Now, a play later, the 49ers tried it again. This time, they double-team the defensive tackle and will have Vernon Davis, the tight end, try to kick out Junior Galette and try to leave both the pulling guard and the H-back in the hole to get the second-level defense blocked up. And this time, Galette sets the edge, constricts the C-gap, which causes the guard and the fullback to bottle up in the backfield, and the field and alley defenders are able to make the play for a minimal gain. And it's this type of consistent effort the Saints need versus the running game of Cincinnati. Otherwise, they can find themselves on the field, and the Bengals can't sustain drives with Jeremy Hill and company. The biggest X factor in this game for Cincinnati, in my opinion, is defensive coordinator Paul Guenther and what he can draw up to not only get pressure on Drew Brees, but help this defense finally be able to stop the run, because that's going to be huge in the outcome in this ball game. And for the Saints to look at outside linebacker Junior Galette as an X factor, being a disruptive force versus this Bengals passing offense. If he's able to get into the face of Andy Dalton, it bodes well for the Saints defense as a whole to have success. I like the Saints in this ball game. I believe New Orleans will lean on Mark Ingram and that offensive line against that Bengals front 7. They'll be able to wear down Cincinnati, and defensively, I think they will be able to disrupt the timing of the passing game with Andy Dalton. So look for the Saints to knock off Cincinnati at home. And I want to give a huge shout out to Saint fan forums and Bengal fan forums for always showing football game plan support.